Hello, and welcome to 5-Minute Math. Today we are looking at the 6th grade concept of debit and credit. This is standard 6.14b in the great state of Texas, and we are using item number 20, the 2023 released STAAR test. If you haven't done so already, please go ahead and take a moment to pause the video, work this problem out on your own, unpause it, and we will look at our answers together. So we need to find a statement about debit and credit cards that is not true. So 3 are going to be correct. 1 is going to be false. Before we do that, we definitely need to spend a little bit of time differentiating between the two. There's nothing on our reference materials about debit and credit cards. Okay, so what is a debit card? Because the confusing thing is both a debit and a credit card, right? They probably will have some similar features, right? So we'll put some similar features here in the middle, right? That's kind of green, right? And so you can use them for purchases. And a lot of times you're going to find that they look very similar. They're going to use a type of credit card company. So you might see Visa. There's Visa credit cards, there's Visa debit cards. You might see MasterCard, right? They're going to have the same format, the same look the same. You know, they're going to have 16 digits on there for their number. They're going to have an expiration date. They're going to have a 3-digit security code on the back. Those things are similar. Now, what is the difference? Well, the debit, so the money comes straight from your checking account. So you need to have the money in your bank. So if you only have $200 in your bank and you try to make a debit purchase for $500, it's going to decline because you need to have that money. But since that debit uh, card, the debit comes straight from your checking account, it pays instantly. So you need to have the money in your account to cover whatever purchase you want. Now, the credit card, here's the deal. Visa or MasterCard, the company pays for it. Whatever transaction you are trying to get, the company will pay for it. Visa will pay for it. Discover, American Express. And then you pay the company back. And if you pay it off uh, by the time that the end of the month the billing cycle is due, then you're fine. It doesn't cost you anything. But once you have reached that end of that payment and you haven't completely paid it off, interest charged, and your interest rate can usually be pretty high. Interest charge after 1 month. All right, so let's take a look at our answer choices here. What do we have? Interest is charged on debit card purchases. Nope. Interest comes over here from credit card purchases only if you don't pay back after a month. If you pay back your credit card at the end of the month, you're good. So this is already looking like my correct answer because I'm finding the one that is not true, which means B, C, and D should be true. When a debit card is used for purchases, money is withdrawn, there we go, directly from a bank account. That is correct. Specifically, it is a checking account. You cannot use a debit card tied to your savings account. So it needs to be a checking account. There's not much difference between a checking and savings, except a savings account, they only allow you to withdraw so many times per month. You're really supposed to let the money just sit there in a savings account. It gains a little bit of interest each month. If you're going to make a lot of purchases from it, they will probably automatically just transform it into a checking account. B is correct. It's true, so we don't want that. The total amount of money that can be spent on credit card purchases depends on the credit limit. Yes, we didn't mention that, but everyone has a credit limit, and usually it's pretty big. So that's going to determine the amount of money you can spend. That is correct there. And then when a credit card is used, money is borrowed. Correct. Because you're not paying for it. The company is paying for it. And then you borrow it from the company and then you pay them back. So B, C, and D are correct. A is incorrect. We're looking for the one that is not true. So my answer here is A.